All right, this lesson we're going to talk about controlling height of the ball, and there's two things that are going to help you do that. It's going to be the angle of your paddle, and it's going to be the swing path that you go with your paddle. Now, the reason that we want to make sure that we control that is we don't want the ball to go too high, because that's going to give our opponents a chance to attack, or it may even go all the way out on the other side, which we don't want either of those. And we also don't want your paddle angle too low, because what's going to happen with that is your paddle angle is going to drive that right to the net, and again, end of point, your opponents win. We don't want that. So here we go. We'll have a little bit more open face paddle. You can see that's a higher hit. And then now we're going to have a closed face paddle. See, that one went right into the net. The other thing we're going to want to work on is our swing path. So if we're going from a low to high swing path, you can see that that is also going to give us a higher ball. If we have a more level swing path, you can see that that's going to give us a more flat ball. And that is more likely going to stay in. So we have our swing path low to high, a higher ball. We have our swing path that's a little bit more flat. There we go. That is controlling the height of the ball. Let's talk about direction of your serve. Two main reasons why we want to worry about this. One, of course, is to actually get your ball in play so you can play out a point. The second would be to maybe move the ball around so you could target your opponent's weakness. For most people, they need to work a little bit more on their backhand, so you might want to put the serve to their backhand. So we can do this though by moving the direction of our paddle. So if I'm serving and I have my paddle turned a little bit more this way, the ball's path is going to go this way. If I'm serving and I have it a little bit more open this way, it's going to go this way. So we can decide if we want to go to the sideline or if we want to go more towards the middle, towards the tee. So here's an example. Let's talk about impact point on a volley. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make sure that we're having our impact point out here in front of us. Because if we get too far behind us or beside us, it's really much harder to control. Out here, you're going to be able to have a nice, strong hit, but also be able to control that much better than if you're trying to play behind you or beside you. So it should look something like this. That is controlling the impact point of a volley. Let's talk about controlling the height of your volleys. Now, the reason that we want to do that is because we don't want the ball going too high, because that's going to be an easy attack for your opponents, or it could actually go out, which again is going to be benefit for your opponents and not you. We also don't want your ball to be hit too low, because then it's going to be hit right into the net. So we do that by controlling your angle of your paddle and the swing path of your paddle. Now, if your angle of your paddle is a little bit more open, the ball is more likely to go high in the air, opening up for attack for your opponents. Or if you have the angle too low, then that is going to be a ball that goes straight into the net. So what we want to do is make sure that we have a little bit more of a flat paddle as we're coming through. Now let's talk about swing path. Now swing path low to high is going to, again, give you a high ball, and that's going to be very easily attackable for your opponents. What we want to do is a much more perpendicular, flat swing path through. Here's an example. Nice and flat to keep the ball low away from our opponents, and that is how you control your volley height.